Hello programmers, welcome back to another session on Let's Code. So before we start the part 3 of our ATM, let's have a brief check on what we did on part 1 and part 2. Part 1 will be basically the algorithm, so don't worry about it. And part 2 we are defined the start function and we are given a choices called as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for different options. If it is option 1, we are going to say check balance, 2 withdrawal, 3 details, 4 deposit and 5 simply a quit function. So let's start coding all these 5 different functions for different options. I'll first start with the last one, the quit one, because it's just a one-liner. Simply I'll say print thank you for using Mounish a National Bank ATM. I can say National Bank ATM. So okay, so the quit function is finished. Whenever there is a quit option, it will say simply thank you for using Mounish National Bank ATM and the game is over. Okay, so let's go to the first one, the check balance. What is check balance? So before I say check balance, we need to check balance, so there should be balance saved at something. So I'll create a variable, let's say balance. I'll create it in capital letters simply just for fun, and let my balance be 1000 rupees. So what do we want to do first? First thing we want to do is when check balance is called, that means we want to check the balance. Let's say the balance is, or in completely banking terms, the available balance is. I use the same format print method for all options. If you want, you can change. So this is what basically our checking the balance is doing. So check balance is done. After check balance is done, it will simply say the available balance is this and it likes it. But before I exit, I want to just simply say if I want to do something else. Like if I want to say I want to continue a process like continue banking, yes, I want to continue. If I want to continue, again it should print the start menu. So if it is like that, every time this should happen. So for I think for withdrawal this should happen, for details it should happen, for deposit should happen. It should happen for all these three processes. So I'll simply say I'll create a function called cont. In my terms, it is simply saying continue. Okay. So what is this continue doing? Continue is simply saying that yes, continue is it's taking an argument and it will be the input, and the input will be do you want to continue banking, or simply say continue banking. What is happening? Simply say continue banking. Okay, and it should say whether it is an yes or a no. Let's put out a space. Yes, continue banking. If I'm sorry, cont is equal to the letter Y, means yes, then it will simply say start. Else, it will say no, don't start. Print thank you for using Mounish National Bank ATM and close the bracket. Okay, so this is the continue function. So after the balance is checked and everything is over, I want to simply call the continue function over here and simply say whenever a continue function is called, then it will happen this, or if it is y means yes, then it will simply call the start function. Let us simply run this program. I'll save it. So invalid syntax, there is an error. Okay, no issues. Where is the error? Error is not shown. Define Define check balance. What is the error? Okay. DEF is showing the error. Two spaces, no, a single space. Check balance function called, yes, the closing parenthesis. Now let's print it out. Okay, it is asking us the pin. The pin is 1, 2, 3, 4. As you can see, now I'll say check balance. It will say the available balance is 1000 rupees. Do you want to continue? Yes, I want to continue. And it'll again say, I'll simply say no. It will say thank you for using National Bank ATM, and it will close. Suppose if I say at the first itself I want to quit. Okay, sorry, it was enter the pin. I'll enter the pin, and the option is quit. Thank you for using it. So these two parts have been coded now. Let's say we're gonna code the fifth part, that is the withdrawal. So basically what withdrawal is simply from the available balance, whatever the withdrawal amount you enter, it will simply subtract, and the remaining balance will be added to balance. That's what withdrawal is. So we'll be using the balance variable over here. So since it is declared globally, we'll say global balance, and we want the withdrawal amount. So let's say withdrawal amount. In withdrawal amount, let's say int, because the amount should definitely be an integer type. And don't ask me like you can enter like 5 rupees, 10 rupees. No one is that stupid enough to enter 5 rupees, 10 rupees. They know how much amount will be there in the ATMs. Enter the amount to withdrawal. So it will take the withdrawal amount, all brackets closed, fine, finished. After withdrawing the amount, it will say collect the cash. Okay. After collecting the cash, what will happen? The balance will be balance minus the withdrawal amount. I can save it AMT. Balance minus withdrawal amount. Now simply we'll say print your available balance after the withdrawal. After the withdrawal is, let's print out this dot format balance. Balance should be capital. Say balance. Okay. This is your available balance. So for this part, withdrawal is over. After withdrawal, what do we want to do? We want to ask the user whether we want to continue banking or not. So we'll simply call on our continue function. After this is called, it will simply come back to here, and this part will be executed. If yes, it will again go back to this, ask you options and come back. All this will be a process of doing it. So we'll go to the next part. The next part will be the details. So details is nothing but printing out simply your account details. So I'll simply say when details are called, it will be a multi-liner string. So the name, let's say the name is Mounish, and account type, the account type will be savings bank. Yeah, savings bank account. And the next one will be the mobile number. This one will be mobile number 4/6/5. Okay. After this, the next option will be the account number, and in account number simply put on something. This will be our account number. and we are closing our string. We are closing our print option also. Print option should be closed here. Okay. So this is what will happen when the details is called. Simply it will print out some our account details. After that it will simply ask the continue function. It will calling the continue function again if you want to do something else or something whatever you want. Now we'll be going with the deposit function. So what is deposit function basically? Deposit function basically is adding an amount to your balance. Simply say balance is equal to balance plus whatever the amount you want to deposit. So that is what deposit function is. So in this function also we are using the balance variable. So we'll call up the global balance variable and I'll say the deposit cash will be in cash and int input please enter the amount you want to deposit. Okay, this should be an is equal to. Okay, after the deposit is done, what you want to do? We will simply say deposit the amount print. This is just for telling us deposit the amount, whatever amount you have. Format and let the formatted string be the cash. Okay. After this, what we're gonna do is we'll say simply do you want to check balance after the deposit just for confirmation. So for check balance, we'll say CB and we'll take the input. Do you wish to check balance? Do you want or do you like to check balance? Okay. Yes. We'll declare it as Y or N so that they'll not enter something stupid. Okay. So if CB is equal to Y, what will happen? It will simply say print available balance is now format. Okay. Else, if they say anything else, the anything will be the option nothing called simply say yen or anything else it will simply say thank you for using or I'll call the count function or the continue function. If it is no, if it is yes it will print the function or else it will simply say continue. If it is yes also I would like to print the function. If it is yes also after printing the function I want to ask whether you want to continue banking or not. Or else this that's I think we have completed about deposit function, define, everything is done. Okay, we'll run out of final program once and see what will happen. Okay, it is asking the pin B1234 and the first option is check balance. The balance is 1000 rupees. Yes, and I want to withdraw some amount. I want to withdraw 500 rupees. After withdrawing 500 rupees, my balance is 500. Do you want to continue banking? Yes, I want to continue. I want to check my details. So this is my details. Yes, I want to continue. I want to deposit some money. I would like to deposit 2500. Yes, deposit 2500. Done. And yes, the available balance is 500. Because why it is 500 still? Because we didn't update the balance yet. So let's say no, thank you. Where it is yes. After deposit, when you say wish we want to after the deposit is done, we must basically update the balance is equal to balance plus CB. Okay, so now let's run this. 1 2 3 4. After this deposit, the amount I wish to deposit is 500. Yes. Okay. And the unsupported format string balance CB is equal to so and so. Okay. It is telling we can't add up a string and a, because the CB variable is for yes or no, we should basically give it as cash. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Deposit. Amount you wish to deposit 500. Deposit after yes, the available balance is 500. So this is what it is. We want to continue banking, yes, otherwise no. These errors are basically what we want. We'll know where we only if there are more errors. I think you can learn more programming. So this is up for our ATM. We have finally successfully completed our ATM. So in this ATM, what we can do is check balance, withdrawal, account details, deposit cash, or simply do nothing. That is the quit option. So there are things more you can do for an ATM software, like now we are having the mini statement. How does this mini statement work? Simply say yes, no, or you can simply create a dictionary of multiple users, multiple PIN numbers with multiple balances, and you can all make it into one, like different person, different PIN, different balance, all the operations will change. That's kind of a nice. So this is up for ATM. See you again in the next session. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for some more awesome content. Thank you all, and don't forget to hit that bell icon.